Okay, thank you very much.
The future of TMC.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's what I'm
I think
thinking
the
about.
personal discussion is really the most worthwhile element, and we just wanted to save some minutes, a couple of minutes for our personal discussion with those people who could arrange to be here physically. And so what we saw in this session is a very broad variance of different topics, all associated with the application of complex systems. And what we saw is that almost any of them have to do with information technology. So we had now lots of different aspects that were risen up. Mr. Gupta gave us the application area of surgery and how to fix bones and learn how to fix bones. Where's Mr. Gupta? Isn't he here? Oh, that's too bad for our final discussion. I was just wondering why don't I see him.
He pays the beer tomorrow. He pays the beer tomorrow.
Yeah, at least. But 2 beers for everybody here. Okay. Maybe we asked him too many questions. His professor also skipped now, I think. Okay. But then, Imre, you gave us this very interesting speech about the proactive cyber-physical systems. Very, actually, for me personally, it made me fear about the future, about the robotics, who are intelligently networking together and deciding what I may want and how they should react when I am an elder person. And then also I thought about what I find so very interesting, that you are now first looking at how do human beings anticipate what another human being will do. And I think that is very different from one human being to the other human being. For example, if you drive a car and you have someone sitting beside you, and if he or she doesn't know you well, he might get or she might get nervous. For example, you have classical situation, there's someone, some kind of car coming onto the highway and pick up LKW, a big car, a truck running in front of the small car just coming on the highway. As a human being, most of us know the small car will not look behind himself, but just go to the different lane and switch the lanes. So if you are coming with a very high velocity, you go on the brakes. But if you are a young driver, you may not think about that. You think maybe more in the rules, that he has to look first before he changes the line.
There is one important thing here what we have to consider, that actually here not that the individual, one single idiosyncratic event or supporting is observed, but the system synthesizes a pattern.
Yeah.
So actually, from observing multiple situations, the system is able to create a pattern. And then it classifies, for instance, the further of the observation based on this growing pattern.
Yes.
And this is how the intelligence for reacting is obtained. So it should be a synthetic knowledge which is built on time, but definitely not an ideal synthetic knowledge which is related to one thing. You are absolutely right that every driver is similar, but most probably in a particular context where the drivers are doing, there is a pattern in that. It's not one single thing,
Yeah.
It's almost a domain, or you can make a profile diagram of it or whatever, but that's interesting. How can we get out this particular representation from the computer based on the sensor data? This is
And actually I was also wondering what happens once we have found the clue for it and the machine can can say what will happen, what the human being will do. How will the human being rely on the machine, that rely on the fact that the machine can know what he will or she will be doing. So there could happen some interaction even, because the human being relies on this artificial intelligence sometime in the future, some long time in the future.
Your comment is very wise and very relevant. However, we are not so far at this very moment. There are some much more fundamental problems here. And first of all, the most recognized problem is the timing. Just consider that all those military surveillance systems, all those non-real-time monitoring and observation systems, like for instance a video camera-based image analysis system, they need time, and they have the time to work, let's say, offline in a sense. What is the problem is that everything has to be in zero time or real time, computational processing. Because just consider the simple example. One of the graduating students is working on it. You go to the kitchen with this particular old person, or when the person goes to the kitchen, tries to take a plate from a bowl, from a shelf or whatever, but it is heavy. And this is a somewhat functionally, imparted person. And there is a need for it. Now just consider that all kinds of robotic things are already in the ceiling for doing and supporting these sort of things, because you can localize where the cooking is happening, where the bath usage is happening, and whatever. But then the system has to figure out in quasi-real time what's going on, because you cannot program it.
How can
it
the
can be
system
anything,
help?
and it has to activate all the elements to support.
Yeah. And without disturbing the human being.
That's a different story. But first, we would like to see this process realized and tested, validated, that it is really meaningful. But the largest problem was that we obviously ran into all those techniques which are known in the literature, for instance, image analysis or sensor-based techniques or whatever, and they are not approaching real time. So we have to do something completely different for the time being. The most effective thing at this very moment is marker-based recognition. So actually we have these passive markers, and we have the camera which can be installed in a room without disturbing the people, and obviously the clothes that they are wearing might be decorated with these sort of markers.
But
and
do we
that
want
is
to
the
be
most
decorated as we are older people with markers? I don't know,
But,
it's very impersonal.
research, please see that research.
Yeah.
Just consider how a steam engine looked like,
Sure.
and the car looked like at the time. If you don't start, you will not end up anywhere.
Sure.
And this is what we try to figure out, what is that sort of time optimal processing of these sort of things, which can be implemented in real time, without disturbing the people or whatever. And that's the only thing what we find, that actually whenever it comes to even intent recognition, for instance, if the body is sufficiently, we say, annotated with these markers, you can do a lot. But obviously, this is definitely not a kind of without disturbance and whatever. But this is the most effective one, because you can have models for typical actions based on the pattern. So the pattern is helping to select that what is there, and then you can match it. And we use, for instance, Bayesian and for instance, neural network-based classifiers to figure out, and this is also where we need the pattern because it has to be trained. So we are in a very, very primitive stage at this very moment. So it's really just the beginning, more about understanding the problem than how to say, moving towards the solution of the problem.
So the ideal place for a scientist.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot to do,
Exactly.
and a very important topic because we are all getting older,
Exactly.
and there are no
Especially
young
we-
people who would be able to help us, so we need robotic assistance.
Exactly.
Can we now apply the fire alarm topic?
Synchronize the sound because this is the time to vote.
Oh, we have another 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
You see?
Yeah, but-
You see? It's a wonderful time. They cannot have chances.
Question.
Yes.
And I was listening to your talk, and I thought of your presentations as well when you showed those faces, and you wanted to read the feelings. So is that related? Because you want to read the human intention, you have to read body language, faces, rather than language. I mean, you want to spot a liar, then you have to read his body language. So is this why you wanted to read faces and or is this related? Is that
It's related, it is not exactly. I tell you frankly that we can reconfirm what is in the literature, that for detecting and recognizing intentions, the brain-computer interfaces are the most efficient at this very moment. So actually, it is said that the intentions are embedded in neural work. Just consider, for instance, that in case of artificial limb, they take the control information for the neural, from the neural system, because it gives a control information, and this biocurrent can be detected, and that can be used for the control. So this is exactly what would be good to figure out that what can we do with it. Obviously, again, the problem is that even if you are talking about seniors and at home, wearing a 28 contact header set, it's complicated. It creates a kind of artificial center of gravity on the head, and after a while, especially when someone is not strong enough and not trained in carrying this. But the major problem is also with the wiring, because you have to collect from the channels the information. And at the same time, what is also there, if it is cable, it is again not natural. If it is wireless transmission, it is weight. So, and then obviously the technology is improving, but this is what we have at this very moment.
I don't know if the question.
I know it's premature. I know that what we try to present is just an early stage, but comments.
Professor Thor, I have a comment. It can be used also as a reference. Your wife now, whenever you don't move and don't say anything, and she already know what you would like.
Yeah, because my wife, like my mother when I was a child, she always tells me that she can see through the walls.
That's a typical saying of mothers. It's just a trick for education.
But my wife is taking it very serious. That's what I'm always feeling. Yes, she always, so in that sense, there's the problem of monitoring so she knows that, or at least she claims.
Okay, so let's just end with this very human conclusion. There are so many further topics, but we must postpone it into the next coffee breaks and lunch breaks. Thank you so much for the very rich presentations and for your kind attendance and your for listening and discussing. And now I wish you all a nice evening with the touristic walking tour through Las Palmas. Is it in Las Palmas? Okay. We will be picked up by the bus at 6:30 as far as I am informed. Thank you. Okay. And
5 minutes.
okay. So thank you very much and have a nice evening.